You're being subliminally conditioned to believe that certain aspects of life of a high beneficial nature that are reserved only for the select few are being kept from you. This causes you to feel really disgusted, left out, forsaken, really sorry for yourself, almost like you're betrayed, like you're not worthy enough. What am I referring to? Just check the subliminals. The keys to success, the doorway to your dreams. Unlock the door to your happiness. The pearly gates of heaven. There's no gates or locks or doors or keys. There's none of that. And then they say the secret to life is this, and the mystery of the universe is that, it's just nonsense. There's no secrets. There's no mysteries. There's no great unknown. It's all made up stuff. The universe isn't keeping any secrets or mysteries, and there's nothing unknown about the universe. The universe doesn't have any keys or doors or locks or gates or anything like that. Nothing's being kept from you. The only thing being kept from you is the truth of who and what you are, and the only one keeping it is the system that programmed you, conditioned you, trained you, and controls you. And that's just the bottom line. That's why I do so many of these types of videos. Trust me, I get bored of doing them because I keep having to repeat the same thing. But the universe always impels me to keep making these types of messages, so I'm not going to say no. It's to the hope that somebody somewhere receives this message and it registers with them that you are not what they made you believe that you are. That's just that simple. How is that? Well, you come to this earth an infant, brand new baby. You're a blank slate. You're a flaccid lump of clay that they mold and shape and contour to assume the form of what fits their system. You're a blank slate that they write all of the operating software on that's going to run the programming mechanism called the computer of your brain. And that's what you're going to run off of for your whole life, because that's what you're going to refer to as your identity and your source of information and your resource of knowledge. It's going to be your database, your library, and it's all programmed. It's all programmed. They have it lock, stock, and barrel. The whole thing is locked down. If you think you're going to find answers in religion, they got that covered, because religion is the cult. You think you're going to find answers in science? Science is the cult. Anywhere you go in their system, it's just going to be, oh, you're going to seek answers here. Here's the truth over here. This is that over there. It's all the same. You're just ping-ponging back and forth inside the same pantheon and inside the same coliseum. That's really what it is. It's just disguised as the truth, but it's not. There's nothing truthful about their system. Nothing. So you have to understand that they're not going to tell you what the truth is and who you are and what you can do and why you're here. That's just going to be conveniently left out because it doesn't serve their purposes to let you know who and what you really are, because then you're going to realize your unlimited potential, and then you're going to awaken it, and then you're going to become fully aware, and they don't want that. They can't afford for that to happen. That's why you see all of these young generations zombified on TikTok. There's no active brain cells with these people. These are zombie that are just watching TikTok, unconsciously walking into a paradigm of communism. That's why they can't speak full and complete sentences. They can't speak clear, concise, colloquial English anymore. They can't properly spell because they're being dumbed down. This is all for a reason. Because they want to dilute the concentration of your abilities by diluting you into believing that you're something that you're not. And I mean, you have to recognize what's going on. The universe is going to send you synchronicities, but see, if you don't have the high enough perceptive lens to absolutely receive these messages, it's going to just look unfamiliar to you. When the universe sends divine synchronicities to somebody in the first dimension, they just blow it off. And what do I mean by that? When you see repeating numbers, or just numbers in general, it doesn't have to be 1111. That's how they started off, by the way, to kind of like initiate the process of you, being awakened to who and what you really are. They do it very subtly. It's very gentle. It's very soft. It's very comforting, the approach. It's a little number here, a little sign there, and at first you don't pay attention because you're not trained to. You're not trained or motivated to become aware of what this stuff is. So you just don't recognize it as something valid. So you just dismiss it because you don't empower this experience. So it just goes by like, nothing else. And it's the same thing with the earth. They always encourage you to wear footwear, to wear shoes, socks, and walk on pavement. Why do you think that is? Because those are three barriers preventing you from making absolute contact with the earth, which is barefoot. They call it earthing. It's barefoot. You're walking barefoot on the earth, which is the greatest connection you can make. And an even deeper connection is you going in the ocean. You want to meditate? Go to the ocean. There's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. But that's just my own feeling about it. Some people like to go into the woods, wherever, it doesn't matter. But the ocean holds the greatest power because the earth is mainly comprised of water and there's more water than anything else. Plus your body is water, the air you breathe is water, But anyway, just to end this video, just realize that you're not what they told you that you are and who you are and such. So you have to move in that direction of like, I'm going to start to question everything. I'm not going to listen, and I'm going to do my own research and investigation into discovering through the exploration of my own journey who and what I am, not as a human being, but as a cosmic celestial body, having a human experience temporarily. Because in that sense, you can operate from a higher plane of consciousness, because now you realize that you're not what you're told that you were, a limited, finite pedestrian, a civilian, a common folk, ordinary, average, everyday, normal. You see how they, through subliminals, dial you down? But you don't realize when they're doing that, they're actually dialing down your cosmic intelligence, and they're dialing down your psychic abilities, your telekinetic abilities, your telepathic abilities. I mean, I can go on for hours. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, your mediumship, everything. You have so many powers you haven't even realized because they're dormant. And they're kept that way because this system that runs you doesn't want you to awaken that giant within, because then they're in trouble, But anyway, just practice the exercise of self-realization that you are not the body. This earth is not your home. This life is an illusion, and you are so much more than they told you. Because when you came to this earth, there was nobody that sat you down and told you that you're cosmic. They told you that you're physical. That's why they say mind, body, and soul. They always tout the mind as the end-all, be-all, coveted, prize. The absolute pinnacle of all of God's creations is the human mind. No, it's not. And it never will be. Your thoughts are in here. Your ideas are in here. Your suggestions are in here. Your intelligence is here. Your comprehensive level of abilities in here. How you interpret things is in here. And then this portion of the brain does this, and that portion does this, and that portion does this, and your imagination is back here near the left ear, and this is here and that's here. And, they'll just fill you full of lies. Everything that you refer to, your thoughts, they're not physical. They're metaphysical. Because if your thought was physical, then you'd be able to hold it in your hand and look at it. Am I wrong? Try it for a minute. Hold your thought in your hand and see if you could see it and hold it. You can't. It's like saying that you can see sound and you can see the wind. You can't see these things, but they're there because you can sense them, and that's spirituality. Not Amazon Etsy spirituality. That's commercialism disguised as spirituality. I've got to have that t-shirt, those necklaces, those crystals. I need that feather. I need that sage, those incense and those candles. And I got to stock up on the essential oils and all this stuff and Reiki infused candles. If that's what you want, that's cool, but you don't need it because all of the energies that made those items, you are comprised of, because the universe is an amalgam of all things cosmic. So you are as much connected to the everything of everything as they are connected to you, and everything is one. See, this is the reason why I don't do videos on duality and consciousness, because it doesn't have to be a 6-hour seminar or a 5-hour lecture. It's simple. Non-duality, non-dual. Dual meaning two. So if it's non, it means it's one. Everything is one. Okay? We've already established that. Consciousness, it is everything. Consciousness is the everything of everything. And there's no description in earth words, because how could I? you're referring to something that exceeds the mortal comprehension of your physical limitations in this finite existence that you call your life on planet Earth, which is actually a hologram. You know, it's just the way it is. So, hopefully these videos get you to just like, yo, this guy's right, but you have to explore it in your own way, because at no time am I going to come off like my way is the only way and you better listen to me or else you're going to be wrong, all that. When somebody tells you you're meditating wrong or you're manifesting wrong or you're doing it wrong, you're doing your affirmations wrong. Really? So then there's just one way to do it then? So it's a one size fits all? How's that possible when everybody's different? Not everybody likes pizza. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the pizza. It's just not for everybody, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Basically, you have to understand that when people tell you that you're doing it wrong, you're not doing, they're trying to establish an order that they're in control of, like a hierarchy, and that they're sitting at the top of that pyramid and you're like a low-level functionary, like a bottom feeder, and they are the upper echelon. It's nonsense. Spirituality is what you want it to be. Meditation, communing, prayer, all of these things. They are what you make them out to be, what works for you. Absorb what is useful, discard the rest. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, reject it. If somebody's telling you you have to do this, you have to do that, no, you don't. That's when you ditch that stuff and just go on to something else and just make it up as you go. But this is going to be the last video on this topic because I've said it pretty much to death. But anyway, I bless you. I wish you the best. And many blessings to you in your spiritual journey and in your exploration of self-discovery of who and what you are as a cosmic being. God bless.